Crash and burn.
Hey everyone. So tonight I want to discuss Black Flag's, I believe their only live record, and that is Live in '84. Now, I know that there's not a lot of good that can be said about most live records. It feels like every band releases them, and whereas they all have their moments, for the most part, the majority of the songs are just sort of there. And I don't know, I've never loved this. It's like exciting. When I was a kid and I got my hands on this, I had sort of grown accustomed to having just that happen, where I would get a live record, and whereas parts of it wouldn't be the best, parts of it would be. There would be a new life breathed into an old song that I had heard 10,000 times, and then I would start listening to that live version over the studio version, because, like I said, I'd heard it too many times, but the live version brought a new sense of, like, depth and energy, and it was like, holy shit, like, live, this song really comes, like, alive. And, yeah. I mean, for every Frampton Comes Alive or phony live record that was sold really well, like Kiss Is Alive, there are live records like these, where it's just good, because Black Flag, given that Greg was so serious and he was so cemented in his opinion that the band needed to, like, rehearse for hours every day, that their live show rivals their studio stuff. Like, they are so tight as a unit that I just assumed that this record would have better energy. But I don't know, something about this record, it just feels tired. Like, the music's on point, and I do love how they've even incorporated some of their longer instrumentals, like The Process of Weeding Out, and I'm Not Going to Stick Any of You Unless I Can Stick All of You. I thought that was cool, and of course they opened this up with the 8-minute instrumental for The Process of Weeding Out. So I thought that was a really brave way to get your live record going, because it's sort of anticlimactic, right? But it would have been okay had the rest of the record been energized and Rollins had been all over it, like you see him in a lot of, like, Black Flag footage. But I just don't feel that here. The songs are solid, but they feel deflated. The vocals are solid, but they feel deflated. It's like they're in the middle of a really grueling tour, which all of Black Flag's tours were really grueling. For anybody who's read Get in the Van, you know that band had a hell of a hard time on the road. Their fan base were really aggressive, and then the police hated them. So I can understand why they would feel so tired and so weathered and whatnot, but unfortunately that does translate to making a really mediocre sounding live record. I mean, My Ghetto's on here, Can't Decide is on here, My War 6-pack, like I said, The Process of Weeding Out, Slip It In is on here, Black Coffee's on here, I believe The Bars is on here, and there's like 30 songs, so it's really exciting, except it's not. It just feels unenergized. It just feels like they put on a solid show, but they're tired or something, because I don't love this live record. There's no songs on here that, it's not like despite the fact that I've heard 6-pack a billion times, I was hoping that the live version of 6-pack would sort of charge me up again, but it didn't. It's just sort of slow, you know? And I am going to go, because it's starting to get dark, and I am in a really isolated public park. There's no, like, government lights in this place at all. I took some footage, I'll throw it up, and there's no lights here. So as the lights go down, I have to hike my way out. So that's what I'm going to do now. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discuss Black Flag's only live record, and that is Live in '84. Like always, if you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody, but please, most importantly, do not forget that the world is a better place because you are in it. I'm going to go. Have a good night.